Hey guys, so since we're officially in the new year, here are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, 2025 was a pretty solid year for movies, but 2026 is about to be even better because there are so many good movies coming out this year, but there are just 10 movies that I am looking forward to seeing the most, and without wasting any time, let's get right into the list. So kicking off the list, at number 10 I have Project Hail Mary. I'll admit, I know that this movie is based off of a novel of the same name, but I actually never read the novel in my life, nor do I know anything about the plot of this movie. But what I do know is that it stars Ryan Gosling, who is one of the best working actors in the industry, and it's directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who are the creators of the Spider-Verse franchise. And yeah, that alone gets me very excited for this movie. At number 9, I have Michael. For those who don't know what this movie is about, this is a brand new biopic about the life of the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. I'm actually very interested in checking this out because I think Michael Jackson is one of, if not the most famous artist of all time. And this movie is going to be starring his nephew, Jafar Jackson, as Michael Jackson. And as you can see, they absolutely did a great job with the casting because he looks exactly like Michael. So yeah, that alone gets me very interested in checking this out. At number 8, I have Clayface. When this movie was first announced, I was pretty skeptical about it because it feels weird that we're getting a Clayface movie before a Batman movie set in James Gunn's DCU. But after looking at some set photos from a year ago, I'm actually very interested in checking this out because I heard that this movie is going to give us our first look at Gotham City in the DCU, and this is also going to be the first R-rated body horror movie in the DCU as well. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about this. At number 7, I have Toy Story 5. I am a massive Toy Story fan. I grew up watching the first 3 Toy Story movies, and I remember seeing the 4th one back in 2019, and even though it wasn't necessary, it wasn't really a bad movie. Plus, the premise of this movie sounds really interesting because this movie is going to focus on toys versus electronics, and yeah, that seems like a really interesting premise. At number 6, I have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I remember seeing the first Super Mario Bros. Movie from 2023, and I thought that was a really fun movie, and this one might be better than it because this time around we're going to space, and we're introducing new characters like Rosalina and Bowser Jr., so yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. At number 5, I have Dune Part 3. The first 2 Dune movies are easily some of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, and this one seems to be the conclusion of what could possibly go down as one of the greatest trilogies of all time, so yeah, I'm seated for this one. At number 4, I have The Odyssey. I'm excited for this movie because this is directed by one of my favorite directors of all time in Christopher Nolan, and the trailer for this movie looked beautiful. Not to mention, the cast for this movie is so stacked because you have names like Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway. Like, dude, the cast is super stacked, and if that doesn't get you hyped for this movie, I don't know what will. At number 3, I have Supergirl. After the peak that James Gunn gave us with Superman last year, I have a feeling that if this movie can capture that same magic, we're in for a banger. The trailer looked great, Millie Alcock looks perfect as Supergirl, and we're getting Jason Momoa as Lobo, which is one of the greatest comic book castings of all time. So yeah, I'm definitely seated for this one. At number 2, I have Spider-Man Brand New Day. I am so happy we're finally getting a new Spider-Man movie this year because it has been 5 years since we last saw Spider-Man on the big screen, and I heard that this movie is going to be grounded and street level, which is something us Spider-Man fans wanted to see for years. Also, not to mention, we're getting Tom Holland's Spider-Man linking up with Jon Bernthal's Punisher and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, and they're going to be taking down villains like Scorpion and Tombstone. Like, dude, it's going to be peak. And finally, at number 1, I have Avengers Doomsday. We have not gotten a new Avengers movie since 2019, and I'm so happy we're finally getting one this year because this time around, we're going to be seeing the Avengers team up with other teams like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four to fight Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. Also, I thought the trailers looked great, and we're getting Chris Evans, Steve Rogers back, so yeah, I am super excited for this movie, and this is easily my most anticipated movie of the year. But anyways, yeah, those are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026, and thank you for watching. Let me know what your top 10 is down in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, follow me for more. Peace out.